Hiya.
Number three, this is improving spinal mobility and posture. It's going to go over what you already know, and we're going to add some more extras. So, first onto the warm-up, presuming that you guys are all doing this on different days. Lie down, put your feet up. Well, actually, keep your feet down, put your knees up. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Keep breathing through. Lengthen the back of the neck. Lift up and down, and we're going to go into head nods. Roll the eyes towards the knees, nod the chin, nod and roll. Cool. When you're ready, come into shoulder movement. Arms about 1 meter wide. Lift one up and back down again. Keep a soft bend in your elbows the whole entire time you're doing this. Just to reiterate, if anything hurts, stop immediately, please. Please. And ask me a question if you need. Cool. Lift a hand up higher, going into a small upper back twist, rolling from one side to the other. And goes directly to the ceiling. Cool. I'm going to do arm circles. They come towards your hips, around and back. As you're doing this, just double check you're lifted foot and don't. Change direction, making sure you don't smash any eggs underneath your armpits. This helps keep your shoulders nice and wide. Cool. And then put your hands down by your hips. We're going to go to rocking the knees from side to side. If you want a little bit more, take your hands wide, lift up and down, bring one leg up into tabletop, slide your wrist to hips, the other leg comes up, squeeze your knees together and your legs rock from side to side, both your feet and your knees. Feeling this in the size of your body, it might stretch your back as well. Inhale to the side, exhale to the middle. Scoot your belly down towards the ground so it doesn't balloon out, and this keeps your back flat on the ground. When you've done enough of these, then bring one foot back down. Toe dips. One leg goes down, comes back up again. You can start with both feet on the ground if you want, as per the previous video. Knit your abs, bring that leg back up again. Cool. And then we'll put one foot down and the other. If you want, you can keep doing that. If you want a little bit extra today, you can lift one leg up, put your hands behind it. The other leg comes up and down. Or if you want, you can do a straight leg up and down. This will stretch out your hip flexor, but make sure that it doesn't go into your back by just pulling that other knee towards you. Knit your abs, bring that leg back up again. Change to the other side. You can start with a bent knee if you want, and then go into a straight leg, whatever feels more comfortable. Cool. And then bend both legs, put them down on the ground. We're going for hip rolls. Rolling your hips, tucking them off the mat, stretch long, and then roll them back down. I have quite tight quads at the moment. So move your feet to wherever you need to get that roll of your hips. You're going to start on the hips themselves and then roll back off the hips towards the back before lifting the hips up. And then stretch long. This is just a warm-up and mobilize the back. You don't have to lift the hips off at all. If you want, you can just rock them forward and back or do any of the other things in the fundamentals or the previous exercise. We're going into hip release. Make sure the back of the neck is long. Bring your feet out a little bit further to allow for your tailbone to sink into the mat. And then one leg comes out to the side, the knee comes out to the side, leg stretches away, rotate and bring it up again. You're going to scoot up a little bit. You're doing 5 in each direction on one leg. If you want to do more, you know the thing. You just pause the video. Cool. Double checking you're not doming in the ab as that knee falls or gently goes out to the side. Change direction. Go and bring that leg up and do the other side. For more information on any of these things in the warm-up, please go to the fundamentals video. Or ask me a question either on this video, you can go into the comment section, or email or text or whatever you need. We've changed direction, we're doing 5 on the other side. Cool. Roll over onto one side, put both hands underneath your head. Make sure that your head is on the back of the mat. The back of your head is on the back of the mat, knees and feet at the front. We're just going to open up the shoulders and rotate back and then come back. Lift your waist up out of the mat. Just roll through these shoulder openings. So your whole body is coming with. It's not just your arm opening. You're rotating all the way, trying to get that top shoulder on the ground. One more on this side. And then the other side. We're doing 5 on each side. Or more, if you want to pause the video. Make sure you have a little gap where your waist is. Cool. So the only reason why that arm is moving is actually because I'm trying to bring my shoulder to the back of the floor rather than move the arm. Okay, so we're going to go into a cheeky little 100 watch the previous video, you can, and I'm going to walk you through all the movements. Lie with your upper body on the ground if you want. If you want to bring your legs up, lift up and down. One leg comes into tabletop. Slide the ribs to hips or shorten the strokes across your belly. The other leg comes up. If you want to bring your upper body up, hands go behind the head if you need. Lengthen the back of the neck, roll the eyes, nod the chin, and lift your nipples up and over a pen. Hands go long. Straighten your legs if you want, splashing water from your shoulders. Inhale, splash, 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 splash. Exhale, splash, 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 splash. Inhale, curl up a little higher. Exhale, 20. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 7, 8, 9, 30. Lower your legs if you want. 40. Scoot your abs down to the ground. 50. Lift your legs up. Change legs if you were on single. 60. Curl up a little higher. 70. Don't know what to say. 80. 90, keep breathing. 100, curl up a little higher. Bend your knees, hands go behind. Curl down, put one leg down and the other. We're going to go into half roll back. Sitting up. So a lot of these exercises are the same as you did last time. It's good to get them in your body. Cool. You're tucking and rolling back and then coming back up. So I don't want you to just hinge back with a straight back. It's not what we're looking for. We're looking for tucking off your tailbone, rolling back on your hips, roll through the pelvis, rolling down, your back touches the ground, and then you roll back up. It's okay if your back doesn't touch the ground, but what I want you to do is imagine your pelvis is a ball and you're rolling that ball down towards down, and then you roll the ball back up again. Cool. Move your feet to whatever feels comfortable. If you want, you can take your hands off. And if you want, you can imagine there's a ball at your belly and you come over and then back down, away again. Wide shoulders. Keep your chin tucked to your chest to protect the back of your neck. You don't have to jam it into your chest, but just don't let your head stick up like that. It's really bad. It will go immediately into your neck. Last one. Come back up. If you want to, you can roll down or use your hands to roll down. Cool. One-legged circle. No, roll up. So this is a new one. Your legs are going to be on the ground. You're stretching your body long. Hands start by your hips. There are more advanced places to have your hands, but today we're going to start with them at the hips. Roll your eyes, nod your chin, lengthen the back of the neck, and then you're trying to keep rolling and curling up. You might only get here, that's okay. Roll back down again. Lengthen the back of the neck, roll the eyes, nod the chin, and try and get the boobs up and over a pen as you roll. You might want to straighten your legs away. You might get here. You might not. That's okay. That's a full roll up. It doesn't matter if you don't get all the way up. What matters is that you're rolling through your spine and rolling back down again. When I first started this, I used to have my legs here, slightly bent, lengthen the back of the neck, roll the eyes, nod the chin, curl your boobs up and over a pen, and then I used to stretch my legs long to actually be able to come up. It's a little trick. And then as you get stronger in your abs, you can roll with your legs completely straight away. Cool. So do as many of those as you want to, and then we're going on to single leg circle. You're staying on the ground, lift up and down. Your legs are bent, hip distance apart, knees and feet. You're going to inhale to prepare. One leg comes up towards you, and then if you want, you can keep that leg bent, or both legs bent, or you can straighten one or either. The leg comes across your body, down and around in a circle, back up to the top. Pause. Keep going. Suck your leg that's circling around into the ground. Keep your hips as steady as possible as you're going through this movement. You're going to do 4 in each direction. Cool. If your hip is clicking, you can go smaller range. Try to keep yourself as strong and supported as you can. And you can also, if you want, suck that leg down into the ground really helps. Cool. Bend the knee, put that foot down, other knee bends, and then you're changing up to that other leg. Lift up and dome, stretch it to the ground. It's really not flexible today. It's just one of those days, eh? Cool. Cross the body, round in a circle at the top, pause. Keep going. Have we done both sides? Both sides, both directions. Cool. Other direction. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have. Cool. And then bend that knee, put the foot down on the ground, and the other foot comes back up. Sweet. So we have done single leg stretch and obliques last time. We're going to walk through them again today. You can refer back to the previous video for the modifications. Bring one leg up, lift up and dome, and slide those ribs to hips, hips to ribs. The other leg comes up. Curl the upper body up if you want to. Inside hand goes on the inside knee, outside hand goes on the ankle. Other leg straightens out. Change, 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 change. So this is exercise on your glutes. The lower the leg goes towards the ground, the more challenging it is on the glutes. If you go into your back, don't go so low, go up high. Doesn't really matter. You're getting this curl up in the just under your boobs. Whoops. I lost my action there. Cool. Pause. If you want to go straight into obliques, keep their hands behind the head. We're going to try and lift the shoulder up to the knee. Other leg goes straight. Or just do those rainbows without the other leg going straight away. Rainbows as in up to the ceiling and back down. Cool. If this goes into your back, immediately go down into single leg. Oh, still get the same effect of the workout. Not a problem. Single legs is fine. Cool. If you are in tabletop, pause there, put your hands behind your knees, curl your upper body down, one leg down, and then the other. So, sometimes I join them together. As I said, if it does go into your back, stop the video, pause, reset, and then go again. Cat stretch. Hands and knees lifting up out of your elbows, out of your arms. Stretch your body as long as you can, wide across the shoulders as much as you can. Tuck the tailbone, articulate the lower back, drop the head, and then unfurl through. Keep going. This is all about articulation of your whole entire back. But I'm really focusing on my lower back at the moment because I noticed I have very good articulation in between the shoulder blades, but it needs a little more work on my lower back. Cool. Again, just make sure you're not dapping in the belly. Pull your whole body as long as you can. One more. Great. And then we're going to go into swimming prep, where you can take one arm or one leg or both of them at the same time. Whatever you choose, you can do one arm, the other leg, whatever works for you. Just make sure that you're stable in your core and you're stable in your pelvis and shoulders. You'll feel this in your abs more than anything. It's the best place to feel it. Because the abdominals are stabilizing you through all this work that your arms and legs are doing. You can, if you want, imagine there's a, keep going, imagine there's a strap around your hips, pulling your bum a little bit more in the back direction. That stretches your back out as you're doing it. Cool. You got one more in each direction. And if you want to do more, in which case pause the video. We're going to go down into breaststroke prep. Lie down, feet together, hands in that stop position beside you. Forehead is on the mat. Lengthen your body as much as you can, shoulders away from your ears. Mine always creep up, creepy little shoulders. And then pushing the tops of the feet into the ground and your pelvis into the ground, lengthen your head away as much as you can. And lift up your head. And then lower it back down again. Keep going, trying to get as much length in the back of the neck as you can. Cool. If this is feeling fine and you're feeling strong, you can put your hands by your hips, float them off the ground. Same thing, long and strong. And as you go up, you pull your fingers to your feet. If you don't want to do this, don't. Again, you're stretching as long as you can rather than going high. Stretch is what you want to do to keep out of your lower back and stay in your upper back. Squeezing the pelvis into the ground. Last one. And then come back into a shell stretch. Inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, try and sit your tailbone back on your heels and unfurl through your lower back, your mid back, and then your upper back. So push the legs, and then your head comes back to join. Cool. We are on to spine twist, which we did last time. That's super challenging, but very good for you. Your feet are together. Parted. Your hands are out to the side. You're lifting up the top of the head. Pull up even taller as you go to one side. Release. More. Release. More. And then come back to the middle. Top of the head is where you want to be stretching this. Make sure your back of your neck is really long and you're feeling it just around your ribs area. Lift as you twist. Lift higher as you pulse. One more lifty pulse. Back to the middle. Lift, pulse. Lift, pulse. Lift, pulse. Cut one more on each side. Make sure those shoulders are staying nice and low. Cool. Last one. Back to the middle. Cool. We've got a new one right now. It's called rolling like a ball. So I'm going to stay here and just demonstrate. Your knees are going to be apart. Your toes are going to be together. Your heels are apart. So heels together, heels apart. The reason for this is to allow for a lot of movement in between your pelvis and your leg bones. So double check there's nothing behind you. Bring your toes together, your heels apart, and bring your hands underneath your knees. This is very, very similar to half roll back. It's for spinal mobility. So for a start, just tuck your tailbone, pull your tailbone to your toes as you roll down your pelvis. Your feet might want to come off a little bit. Hold it there, and then roll back up again. Put your feet on the ground. Cool. If that is all you want to do today, just do that. Keep your shoulders nice and wide, and then you're going to roll back down. If you want to roll a little bit more, if you're thumping now, then don't roll anymore. If your back is not mobile enough, then stop. Cool. So often we tend to get to this lumbar part of our spine, and then it's like poof, flat, which mine was just then. How we get through that is by widening the distance between your knees, keeping your toes together, and just keep trying this. Tuck the tailbone as you roll back, almost like a dog tucking its tail between its legs, and then come back up. If you want a little more challenge, tuck and roll back, come back up, pause the feet. Tuck and roll back, come back up, pause the feet. Cool. If this is super easy and you have a flexible spine already, we're going to go through the next advanced. Bring your knees together. Tuck your toes in, bring your knees closer to you, and now you really start rolling through the back and come up. Pause before your feet hit the ground. Roll back down, back up, pause. Oh, my feet just touched the ground then for a second. Cool. Roll down, back up, pause. Yes, momentum does help you here, but when you pause, that's what's stopping you. That's what's challenging in this one. And then when you're ready, put your feet on the ground. Cool. Again, if you are thumping in your back, don't do this. Not good. Yay. What's next? Oh, rollover prep. So if you want, the first stage for this can be a yoga stage, which is legs up the wall, a little bit away from the wall. But basically what happens is that you set your, imagine this is the wall. Oh, look, there's the door. Imagine the door is a wall. You sit as close as you can to it. And then you lie down on the ground and swing your legs up. So your legs and jiggle around so that your legs are resting on the wall and you're lying on your back. That's the first way of doing it. If you've got a little hamstring tension, you can bend your knees. So imagining that is the wall here. Cool. You can do that as the first stage. It depends on your hamstring flexibility. The next stage is to lengthen your body out, keeping your knees bent, lengthen the back of your neck. Lift up and dome, and then bring one leg up towards you into tabletop. Slide your ribs to hips, hips to ribs, the other leg comes up. Your arms are wide. You're going to straighten both legs and hook one, cross one ankle over the other. So my ankles are crossed. I'm going to scoot down a little bit so that you can see that there's not the line of the door. So my legs are here, and then I cross my ankles. Great. And then float your hands off the ground a tiny bit, because if your hands are on the ground, you tend to push into them, which is a little bit cheating. Float your hands off the ground. Make sure that your back of your neck is really long, and then you're going to use your abs to pull your legs towards you and release them away. Do this about 6 times. When you release your abs away, keep them still above, keep your legs above your hips. You'll feel this down your hamstrings and in your ab muscles. Keep your chin tucked so you don't stick it up to the sky. Lengthen the back of the neck. When you've done 6 of those, cross your legs in the other direction. Same thing. The point of this is to increase your ab strength and flexibility of back so that you can eventually roll your legs over your head. That'll come in the future. Last one, uncross the legs. Put one foot down and the other. The most common problem I find in that I see is when people release their legs, the legs go too far away from them and they go into their back. So let me just show. They exhale and then their legs come down over here. You don't want that. You want to keep them close to you so that you keep it in your abs. Cool. So that's the rollover prep. And whenever there's a prep for something, then usually that means that there's something more advanced coming up. Well, it always does. Alrighty. We have 3 more to go. One is the spine stretch forward, where it's like a roll down, but it's a sitting roll down. Sit down and put a towel underneath your hips if you want to. Your feet are apart, mat width apart. Lift yourself up as tall as you can, and then imagine there's a string going up your back, and you want to lift the middle of that string as high as possible as you go over. So you want to try and pull the string up to the roof as your head is getting heavy and you're going down. Can you imagine that? You're pulling your bum up to the ceiling to roll over. Inhale here, and then exhale, roll all the way back up again. Great. A couple of things to think about here. One is don't squash the eggs underneath your armpits. And the other one is make sure that your shoulders are nice and away from your neck and head. You're not collapsing in here. You're not like, oh, yeah, cool, I got this, which tends to give this super extra curve. I'm real good at that. Yeah, not what you're meant to be doing. You're meant to roll down as your abs pull up. You can see that it's a different movement. That's collapsed. That's not. Collapsed. Not. So keep rolling through. Inhale to prepare, and then pull your abs up and behind you. And roll back up again. Sweet. There's a lot of mobility of the spine in a lot of these exercises. And the reason why is because, healthy spine, healthy you, basically, pretty much. And that's what the guy who invented Pilates also used to think and say. 2 more. One is swan dive prep. So this is very similar to breaststroke prep, where you guys are lying on the ground. This time your feet are going to be mat width apart. I'll take you through it. Laying down on the mat on your tummy, your hands are going to be as wide as the mat or wider if you can. Your forehead is resting on the ground. A little bit tricky with glasses, but you got this. Your ears are about the height of your fingers are about the same height as your ears. Your elbows stay on the ground. I need to bring mine a little bit closer because this mat is quite narrow and off the ground. Squash your pelvis into the ground as much as possible. And then you're going to inhale to prepare, stretch your body really long. Your legs are mat width apart. And as you exhale, you're lifting your head, stretching it long and lifting your head and chest. Inhale and back down again. Exhale back up. You might get a little more lift because your legs are apart now, and it allows your pelvis to rotate a tiny bit. But remember to squash your pelvis into the ground and pull your head as long as you can as you're rolling up and back down. And if you get it in your back at all, stretch yourself even longer so that you're rolling through your upper back, not into your lower back. Squash that pelvis down into the ground. Imagine you've got back pockets in your tights. Wrap those back pockets together. That'll help squash the pelvis into the ground. Cool. So we got one more of these. And then relax back down. Cool. That is swan dive prep. There's something coming after that, just like breaststroke was a prep. Come into a shell stretch however you want to. I'm going to curl myself up. Roll on my side. Wobble over. And then come into a shell stretch with one fist on top of the other and my forward omnia. Whatever rocks your boat. Knees apart if you feel like you want to. The only thing working here is your abdomen towards the sky. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, walk with your hands as you roll through your lower back. Don't squash the eggs under your armpit. Rolling through the middle back. Make sure that your shoulders are nice and relaxed. And then as you roll through your upper back, your shoulders are going to slide down wide as they can as your head comes up. Cool. Give yourself 3 shoulder rolls or as many as you want. Just to release your shoulders. And you're done. And that is the third in the session. See you later.